Hello everybody, welcome to the video. That's right, Dust514 gameplay. Now you're probably thinking, Ben, I thought you just made a two-part video saying that you retired from the game. I did, actually. I still play on 8213 as a Galente Logi, and all I do is scan and, like, watch what I'm doing in the playing and all this shit. It's kind of funny, and all the kills I've gotten are by, like, accident. Like, I'll accidentally, like, be shooting at somebody, and all of a sudden they'll get sniped, and then I'll hit them with one more bullet because, you know, I couldn't get off the trigger in time, and they die, and I'm like, no, I'm not supposed to kill people, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I, like, try really hard not to die. It's just kind of funny. But anyway, what you're watching is gameplay, another matchmaking failure where I get put into a losing game, but whatever the fuck, you know, I like being a Galente Scout because that's all I have on this character is Galente Scout because I made it a long time ago, blah, 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 blah. It's basically just a director of one of my side corps. But this video topic is about the time-tested discussion I've had about Dust514 ever since I started making that review video way long time ago. I'll probably link that somewhere in the description if you don't already know about it. I got a lot of hate about this game, which rightfully so. I mean, I said I hated this game and I'd probably never play it again, and eventually it became the only game I played, and I eventually, like, quote-unquote beat the game. But anyway, the discussion I'm having right now with one of the general managers of the game, GM Archduke, is this game pay to win? And I am obviously arguing that yes, this game is pay to win, and he's arguing no, it's not. If you don't know who GM Archduke is, you can follow him on Twitter, you can follow him on the Dust514 forums, you can even play with him in the game. He's an okay player, nice guy, very professional, everything, blah blah blah. But he's a community manager basically. If you ever dealt with people like Robert Bowling in the past, you know, people that are just quote unquote there to be like a liaison between people, answer their questions, developments, and all this other shit, and obviously be an advocate for the game. He's not gonna sit there and say, "Yep, this game sucks, we fucked up," or some shit like that. But the argument I'm having with him is this game paid to win? And I really think it is. Like, when I first started playing this game, there was Aurum in the game, and Aurum was available in drop suits, weapons, modules. You could buy Aurum versions of them, and the perks of buying the Aurum version is you could use it a whole skill jump quicker, meaning that if I had Galente Scout drop suits level 3, I could use the Galente Scout prototype drop suit. Even though I didn't have the skills for it, I could use the Aurum one. However, I would not get any of the passive skills that come with actually getting the raw SP. Modules and weapons, basically a step up. Another way you could use Aurum in this game was buying boosters. You could use a booster and increase the amount of SP you get, whether it's by passive gain or by in-match game, active gain, by 50%, and you're only allowed to use one booster at a time for each one. You could have one passive, one active, and it would give you 50%. Sometimes they had Omega boosters, which gave you 100%, so it doubled your SP. But back then, and this is a long time ago, I can't remember, but the amount of SP available per week was like 75,000. So it was slated that it would take the average player 6 or 7 years to get all the skills unlocked in this game. So even if you used boosters from day one, from the start, you know, that was only going to shave 50% off. So it would still take, like, you know, 3 to 4 years. That's still quite a long time. Well, obviously the game went with some changes and undergo a lot of overhauls, blah, 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 blah. And now there's more uses of Aurum in this game. For example, the instant boost SP, which after a match you can buy more SP. You can double the amount of SP you gain, or triple it or quadruple it by using Aurum. You know, after the match you get an option. Okay, and then you could stack boosters. You could get 3 boosters at a time. They increased the weekly cap in this game of SP to 750,000, which wasn't really done because of Aurum. It was because, you know, obviously new players needed avenues to catch up. Because without Aurum, for you to catch up to a new player, it was pretty hard. Honestly, you probably couldn't buy like a proto suit. It took about a month to get a proto suit. Well, now you can obtain one within a day with the use of Orem. It's impossible to do it within a day. It takes about 2 weeks without Orem, but you can do it within a day with Orem by using Insta Boost, stacking your boosters, and because the fact that they give you way more SP cap per week. But then eventually, after Uprising, they made the big announcement of the WARBARGE. This is where the argument of pay to win comes, because the WARBARGE in itself is like a huge borderline, walking a fine line, hot wire of what's pay to win. Quite frankly, it is pay to win. The WARBARGE recently was announced that it goes up to subsystem level 8. That's only obtainable, and it's impossible to obtain that by now since it's been released, except by Orem. And in between each subsystem, upgrade, whatever you want to call it, in between each one, they have wait times, which exponentially grow up to months. So to get from level like 6 to level 7, you have to wait like 2 months before you can upgrade it. Of course, you can cancel that entire wait time by using Orem, and because you can buy WARBARGE components or use WARBARGE components. And it's astronomical how much WARBARGE components eventually cost, because it's 3 Orem per WARBARGE component. Well, for example, from level 4 to level 5, I believe, or level 5 to level 6. Yeah, level 5 to level 6. It's 91,000 Orem, or 91,000 WARBARGE components, which comes out to 270,000 Orem. That's, I think, the $100 pack of Orem is what that is. So, that's crazy. They expect you to spend that much money, or you can wait. And quite frankly, this is where it is pay to win, because this is like saying the lottery is not pay to win, because there is a chance that you could be walking down the street one day and trip and fall, and your face lands right on the winning Powerball ticket, and you're instantly a millionaire. You never paid a dime for that ticket. You found it, you turned it in, bam, you got it. It's yours. Highly unlikely. The odds of that happening are probably right around the odds of winning the lottery itself. So, with the WARBARGE system and able to get to system 8 without using Orem, right now it's impossible. It's impossible until, I'd have to say, the middle of March. It's pay to win, because it's impossible without Orem. General Manager Archduke has claimed to me that he knows players that have level 8 subsystem WARBARGE. That's impossible without Orem. So you're putting players 2, 3, 4 months ahead of other players. That's, but at the same time you're trying to say, well, see, there is the free option. You just have to wait 4 months. No, I mean, the difference between using Orem and not is now become so astronomically great, to the point where it's a quarter of a year. The difference is a quarter of a year, and the WARBARGE is only going to go up from then. That's just crazy. That's absolutely crazy. That's pay to win, okay? Because quite frankly, that gap is way too much. And to have a 4-month advantage over players that don't use Orem, that's pay to win. Sorry, but that's pay to win. So, yep, that's the end of my rant, and that's my logic behind that. It's pay to win, and how you can offer a free option in the game, but if that option is so incredibly much smaller than the Orem option, then eventually you just have to round up or whatever and say that it's pay to win. It's gotten out of hand. The amount of avenues that are placed in the game to use Orem, and the advantages you're now getting by using Orem over not using Orem, are so astronomically mounted and so great that you have to argue that, yes, it's pay to win, or pay to accomplish whatever it is that you're going to accomplish. But that's my little rant. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to continue to play Dust 514, I suggest you don't start playing Dust 514. But if you want to continue to play, just make sure you buy Aurum because it increases your loyalty rank, your use of better gear, SP, the damage you can do, the amount of ISK and SP you can receive, makes a better WARBARGE, and not just by a little bit either. At this point, it's gain players advantages of, you know, anywhere between 25 and 3,500%. Yeah, do the numbers on that. That's not pay to win, that's pay to win.